Hey guys, I'm Chris Sajnog, best-selling author of Navy SEAL Shooting, and if you don't have a copy of it, why not? It's the best-selling book on Amazon right now, so go ahead and check it out. So today what I want to talk to you about is speed and how to get your handgun from your holster up on target, up on your sights, and ready to shoot as fast as possible. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's talk about speed and getting your handgun from your holster up on your sights as fast as possible. So one thing I want to tell you right off the bat is you cannot force speed. You know, a lot of times I'll see people out on the range telling students, hey, just push your speed, push your speed. If you push your speed, you will fail. There's no question. And when you fail, what you're doing is you're teaching your body to do it a wrong way. So I don't want you guys to do that, okay? So I'm going to teach you the right way to shoot faster. The right way, if you want to get your handgun out of your holster and up onto your sights, ready to take a shot, sights lined up, ready as fast as possible, this is what you need to do. All right, so what you need to do is you need to eliminate time where you can, and you need to slow down where you need to. And I'll tell you, most people, when they're training with firearms, do this backwards. And, I talk about it in my book, Navy SEAL Shooting, but a lot of times people, when I teach them to draw, we're on the range, and I say, okay, I want you guys to do, work on, speed. And what they'll do is they will work, their draw will be very slow, so okay, I want to work on my speed of shooting, so my draw is going to be like this, and then they just start slapping the trigger. Okay, so you need to reverse those two things, okay? If I'm going to draw my weapon, I need to cut out points where I can. So what I mean by that is, if when my weapon comes out, if I come up, and I'll see some people come up way up here, and then out, well, that's wasted movement. There's no reason for my weapon to come from here up to here and then out. It needs to, as soon as it breaks out of the holster, it needs to come forward, and now I'm ready to shoot, and now it needs to move straight up into my line of sight so I can get my sights lined up, and I need to marry my hands up. So one thing I teach in Navy SEAL Shooting is the rubber band draw. Okay, so if you have the book, you know what it is, but basically the rubber band draw is, imagine that there's rubber bands attached to, every place on your gun. So there's a rubber band on my target out there pulling the tip of the gun there. There's a rubber band up here, so it's going to move slightly towards that. So as it comes out of the holster, it rotates up because it's being pulled that way. Well, now it's being pulled towards the target, but a little bit up here. And then there's a rubber band that's being attached to my chest and the back of the gun. So as I'm quickly pushing out, it's slowing down until I'm up on target, my sights are lined up, and I'm ready to shoot. Okay, so that's what I mean by finding that perfect path. Okay, so I know my perfect path, and I can eliminate unneeded movement, unwanted movement where that's just wasting time. That way, when my weapon is up on target, I can spend my time aligning my sights, focusing on the front sight, and delivering excellent customer service to whoever's asking for it at that time. Okay, so again, once you know the perfect thing, I know I can get to my gun very quickly, because that's a movement that it does me no good to move slow here. Okay, but say I'm up on target and I'm ready to press back on the trigger. If I did everything else, that I can do quickly, I can get it out of my holster quickly without making any mistakes. I can drive the gun from my holster up onto my sights, into my sight line very quickly. That way, as it's coming up, I can put on the brakes, slow down, line up my sights as I slowly press back on the trigger. So that's what you need to do to be able to shoot quickly. So I call it the rubber band draw. Go ahead and try that out. Find out where you're making mistakes in your movement, and eliminate those little errors. That's what costs you time. Drive your gun up onto the target and then slow down and take your time to make the perfect shot. So that's how you get the gun out of the holster, up onto target very quickly. If you have questions about this, go ahead and ask them, down below this video. Or if you have just a comment, anything you want to say about it, go ahead and leave them below the video. If you are not a member, I now have very low-cost memberships, and I guarantee in these memberships, by having a membership, you are going to learn more than you can by going to any range and shooting any amount of ammunition, or should I say wasting, any amount of ammunition, wasting your time at the range. I guarantee it. You have 30-day money-back guarantee. If it's not, the best deal, if you're not learning anything, fine with me. It's a one-click process to go ahead and cancel your subscription. So go ahead and check that out at chrissajnog.com/membership. Until then, keep paving your path to perfection.